got me a tasty meat stick here, courtesy of my little my little Gretzky over here.
You can call me the queen of meat stick.
I can. She's the queen of meat sticks. Man, I like a meat stick, but you stink, you know?
Yeah. A good meat stick doesn't make you like burp it later on. Like I found some good meat sticks that
They do make you choke.
they do make me choke. But I've considering that meat sticks are pretty much like 80% of my diet, I should be good at finding them.
I feel like, and I don't know why my brain makes this connection, but whenever I eat a meat stick, I feel like a wrestler, like Randy Savage or like
Totally.
Hulk Hogan.
Because of the Slim Jim.
Yes, that's it, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Steve the other day, I don't remember where we were at. He handed me, he's like, look, I wanted to surprise you. I got you this. And he handed me a goddamn Slim Jim. I'm like, he's like, I know you like meat sticks. And I'm like, I don't like that meat stick.
hmm
Slim Jims are disgusting.
Slim Jims are, it's like they're just the texture is so odd, you know, and it's like
They,
real dense but it's like cardboard.
but it disintegrates in your mouth. It's
Yeah.
like spam almost. It's like slippery.
I like actual spam though. Do you like spam? You ever fry it up?
We just did that the other day.
What'd you think?
I'm not a fan because it's slippery.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's like mush. It's like pate almost to
Yeah.
me.
I like to slice it nice and thin, nice and lean.
Mm-hmm.
Fry it up, some eggs.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Steve loves that too.
But if it's too thick, it can't be too thick because then you get like the ratios are off. Like you
Yeah.
get too much like gelatinous meat.
Yes.
So if it's really thin, like a bologna slice,
Yep.
then it can fry up really nice and you get the crispy parts on the
Mm-hmm.
outside.
I love a bologna.
I do too.
I love to wrap bologna in cheese.
Yep.
Make a little bologna taco.
Yeah.
Stuff the bologna with some,
100%.
yeah.
I'm all about like the old school snacks and foods, like an ambrosia salad.
Does ambrosia have nuts in it?
Uh-uh. Or
It's
like a
just a great,
Watergate. Have you ever heard of a Watergate salad?
no.
Mm. It's with like lime jello and like pistachio stuff and
Is that what Uncle or Aunt Bethany made in Christmas Vacation?
kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
except for it doesn't have cat food in it. And that dumbass brother-in-law was like, "This is good."
Oh my God, I love the part when Uncle Eddie like takes a big scoop of potatoes and takes a bite of it and slaps it onto his plate. It's the best. That's
God,
the
I could
best
talk about
movie.
that movie for hours.
Same.
Take you out in the middle of nowhere, leave you for dead.
Kelly and I always do the, hey, let's go find your sister.
Russ! And there's like right there. Oh,
Well,
that's good.
Russ is
That
like the
is good.
biggest scapegoat ever.
All
So
right, what you got?
welcome to the nut. Welcome to the nut nut. Um, my sister's in town. She just got here. She saves my bacon for most of the time. It's just the month of June, but this year she gets to stay for half of July too, and it's the best thing ever. And she brings her two kids, and we picked her up from the airport at 6 a.m. and I dropped her off, and I was like, all right, see ya. And just she watched my kids from that moment until like 6:30 at night.
It's just like, when you get like an au pair
Yes.
who arrives from
Heaven.
wherever, you're like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
I say it like I've had an au pair. I have not, in fact, had an au pair. I just have two very willing grandparents who have stepped in for the summer.
And you're also a very good up until like you started being with Giselle and doing podcasts and everything, like you're a bomb ass stay-at-home mom.
Well,
I don't
thanks.
prop you out for that enough.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I don't have that gene, and you
Mm.
do.
Mm. Yeah, I like it to a point, and then I get nuts and I gotta get out of there for a little bit. But like sometimes I need like the other day when we got home and I got that devastating news about my essay.
I don't think the people knew. We don't have to rehash it, but I can tell real fast if you want.
Okay, it's too soon for me to talk about, so you can give them the.
Missy got a B plus. I would be jumping for joy for a B plus, but my girl is a little bit hard on herself. However, I can give you a fast forward. She has handled it beautifully. She has taken a positive mindset, and we're moving on and moving up with positivity.
There is a small detail I have yet to to share with you.
What?
I might have started an application to a different school.
Harvard?
No, Edinburgh, University of Edinburgh.
I support you.
I want to see if I can get in there. They're ranked higher than Manchester, and then I might be able to transfer some of my credits from Manchester over there, and I would be able to finish my master's sooner.
No brainer. You
So,
won't have to deal with those
I mean, what sucks
hard
is that I'm
quizzes.
already 2 years into my 3-year certificate,
Right.
but at the end of the day, if I can get in, the goal was the master's, not the certificate. The certificate was the means to get the master's. So,
Yeah.
but Edinburgh says like you have to have some education. You don't have to have a full undergraduate degree to go into that program, but you need to
Mhm.
be able to provide writing samples, which I can
Mm-hmm.
because I did really good on that one essay.
Mhm.
And then you need a reference, which I can get, and then I need to show evidence that I've taken, which I have.
Mhm.
So I emailed out to the head of the program to see, if people transfer credits, what does that look like? Whatever.
Mhm.
So I'm waiting to hear back, but I'm gonna apply. If I can get in,
Yeah.
I'm gonna move schools,
Came on. Yeah.
because the program that I love Egypt and I love Egyptology, but what's becoming clear to me is that I want a little bit more of a broad master's, I believe, because there's no great like Egypt centric any kind of exhibits or anything here, and I want to, the goal is to work at a museum.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had my master's in ancient worlds, which includes Egypt
Mhm.
as well as the other civilizations that I'm very interested in
Mhm.
because of my exposure to Egypt and their interactions,
Yeah.
then I think that I would be better, that'd be better suited for me. So that's the plan. We'll see. I have to apply by July something 8th, I believe, and then they start in September. So
Oh.
I started it. I got to work on that. And
Is it long or is it like ASU's that's just like a couple questions?
no, it's like a lot of information, your transcripts, blah, blah, blah. But then there's a couple sections where they want you to give like a personal statement. They want to say like why you want to do this,
Yeah.
talk about what you've done so far in the field and blah blah blah. So um it shouldn't take too long to complete, but I do need to get a letter of recommendation. So I got to reach out to Colleen for that and see if she'll do it. But yeah, I mean like I don't know.
I'll hook you up with a letter of recommendation.
Oh, well,
I'll
thank
say,
you.
Missy is my best friend. She's always there for me and I love her so much.
That's
She's also good at Egypt.
that's very sweet of you. But it has to be academic, so they want one from a professor. But so we'll see.
Well, if you need one from your platonic life partner, then you just holler.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. I'll keep that in my back pocket.
Yeah. Otis is also getting neutered.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. You guys, this may be too much information.
Oh no, is this the lipstick?
Yes.
Okay.
I've seen dogs' lipsticks before. Encountered it. Been fine, been gross, whatever. Otis's is the grossest, biggest, longest monstrosity of a lipstick I've ever seen in my entire life. And you know what else? It doesn't immediately retract.
Right.
I got mad at Steve. Maybe I've already talked about this because I kept telling him, Steve, it's still out. It's still out. And he's like, what do you want me to do about it? I'm like,
Did you like finish him off?
I wanted him to take him away from me and get it away from me. It's so alarming to me. You know what else is alarming to me?
What?
Horses, when they pee,
Oh yeah.
they've got enormous goods as well.
Have you seen the I think you should leave bit about the horse farm where they've bred them down to have small penises so the men don't feel inferior?
No.
Oh God, it's so funny. He's
Oh,
like something farms where the horses are hung like you. So the men.
that's real? Oh
No,
my.
it's a joke.
Oh,
It's a whole
I'm
bit.
like, those men need to be put out to pasture themselves.
No, it's a comedy sketch show, and that's one of them, and it's so funny.
That's so funny. So
Because then you could be like, hun, that's about your size. He's like, no, I can say I'm hung like a horse. It's a whole joke. It's funny.
here's a little tidbit. So I was having this conversation with Kelly, and her dog had a similar experience, but her dogs, it for real wouldn't retract. Like for real, like an emergency situation. So she of course Googled what to do on this said issue. And you know what the answer was? And it worked. You dip it in sugar water.
Show them a picture of a grandmother getting out of the bathtub nude. Take it right away.
Not a man, a dog's lipstick.
I thought it'd be the same thing. No,
Dogs would be like, I don't know what that is.
I'm going to chew that paper up.
Give me that stuffed animal again. But you just dip it just a little bit in sugar water and it sucked right back in.
Oh my God. Like,
I know.
I can't.
So the whole point of me telling you that is that I'm so excited for the craving, or not the cravings.
You know, that doesn't mean it's not going to go away. They're not cutting the lipstick off.
I know, but they don't have the urging.
Right?
Urges.
It still comes out sometimes. Hopefully not as much.
And I'll deal with it at that point in time.
It's so weird. The whole like, it's like unsheathing of this like alien-esque appendage. And it's shocking.
It's so weird. And then it just fits back into this nice little
Oh, my mom's FaceTiming me. Should I answer
package.
it? 1 second, please. Hi. We're recording the podcast. Your tooth fell out. Oh, thank goodness. Peyton has had this tooth dangling in there for weeks.
Peyton
now.
lost a tooth.
Oh, no more beaver tooth. Did you pull it out? Oh, wow.
She bit into a watermelon and it kind of started bleeding.
Oh, she bit into a
So I said,
watermelon.
let me feel it, and I just took a Kleenex and it just fell out.
Oh, that's awesome.
She was so brave.
Thank you for doing that public service. That tooth was a menace.
I'm sorry, we didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. All right, I'll call you in a
She
bit.
wanted to FaceTime with you.
Good job, Pay. Bye.
Game
Oh, thank
on.
God, that tooth Gretchen knows. She like it moved from the right side to occupy the center. Okay, it was freakish. Talk about a beaver. She's like, it's my beaver tooth, and she'd harass everyone with it. Good, thank God.
And it was in there for so long, just
And
dangling.
she liked it. She'd be like harass everyone. I was like, I can't look at it. It's grotesque.
I'm surprised you just didn't go up there and when she
I
was
tried.
smiling one day.
So quick.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
Sorry, back to the dog dicks.
I'm ready to segue off that.
Oh, okay.
But this kind of segues to what are some crazy things people brag about? So Peyton's she bragged about her beaver tooth.
Yeah.
What are some other things that people brag about that you're like, why are you bragging about that?
Oh man. It's usually guys, you know. They're just kind of inept. And they'll say stuff and you're like, I'm not impressed by that, are you?
Right.
You know.
I've seen a lot of people like in recovery brag about ODing.
What?
Like they come into, and it's a space of like, this is what got me to change, or this is what kind of opened up my eyes, but it's in a bragging mentality. Like I was dead. I OD'd and I was dead. And or like the amount of substance that they could use, or I mean, I've even not even trying to brag, but I'm like, I could drink a lot. Like for a tiny little lady, I could house. I remember the first time Steve and I, one of the first times we went out and we like got hammered together, and it was a great night. And by the end of the night, he was like, he fell off a stool. And I looked at him and I'm like, oh no, can I outdrink you? Is that what's happening? And it kind of was. But
was that an ick for you?
No.
Were you like,
I mean, it was like a pause and like, but he made me laugh too much, like always. And he was so nice that there wasn't much that would be a deal breaker.
We have to post the video of him jumping the bike.
Oh, done.
When we were camping in slow motion. I love that.
Let's write notes on that.
I love that video so much that Sawyer built this jump when we were camping, and Steve took what's that bike called?
The Suron.
Suron. He took the Suron over the thing and Adam filmed it in slow motion, and it's so sick.
And his hair like waved in the breeze.
Yeah, it's good.
We'll post it.
Okay.
Okay, what are other crazy things that people brag about? Or is this one already dying? This one dying off?
Well, you know where we live, people.
Oh yeah. Fancy dancies brag about like how much moolah they have and what they do and
and I'm sitting there listening a lot of times, you know, and I'm thinking, do you think that people are really impressed by this? Like, we're
Totally.
gonna walk away from this exchange.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, damn, that was so rad.
Right. Or
Or I'm gonna
anybody,
be
of-
like, what a douche.
yeah. Anybody of value would be like, that's kind of a douchey thing to do or a douchey thing to say.
And it's just like you what do you think people just want to hear
Mhm.
about all this stuff?
Mhm.
And it's like, we don't.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
And like, what's my response supposed to be?
high five.
Like, that's really cool for you.
Yeah.
Tell me more. Like, no, I'm gonna be like,
Tell me more
"No,
about
I
what you
don't
have.
care. I see it, believe me. Okay,
It's
Steve
it's
jumping.
very flashy. I mean, I talk about my yacht and my private airplane, but those are just manifestations. I don't have those babies yet, but I'm just
Well, then if we talked about him, if we did have him, it would be different.
it would be different.
I guess therein lies the issue, is that it's like verbal masturbation.
Mm,
It feels good to talk about it, but no one else
nobody else
like
cares.
wants to be a part of that,
Yeah.
really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Hold on, I'm reading. Steve jumping bike
Vid.
vid.
Perfection.
Why? What did someone brag to you about that you're like, that's not impressive?
Well, it was more like kind of going back to the things like what holds us back is like people brag about like I can't do this because of X, Y, and Z, or like in recovery, I just kind of talked about how people brag about ODing or how they kind of like wear trauma. Ooh, this is a good segue divinely.
Mm.
People wearing their trauma like a badge, their victim mentality as if it's a badge of honor. And I don't think by now I need to preface this, but maybe I do. I am a big component of
Proponent,
what is it?
proponent,
What did I say?
component.
Oh, I'm a good proponent.
Advocate.
I'm a big advocate of mental health and
Mhm.
doing the work and all of the stuff and acknowledging our trauma and actually acknowledging that it's there instead of just sweeping it under the rug. But there is also a certain side of it that people stay stuck because they don't feel as if they deserve to heal or deserve to forgive themselves, or they stay in this icky mucky like, oh, poor pitiful me. Well, I hate fucking victim mentality, but they wear it as if it's like this badge, like they're high and mighty because of them staying in this stuck in this rut.
Right.
And I find that,
It's their identity.
yeah, I find it icky. I
Yeah,
find it
same.
real icky.
I don't like that.
And I'll give them a little bit of patience, you know, like in our recovery centers, I'll give people a good process or two or a week to like sit in it because it's just coming to light and all of that. But if it's more than 2 weeks or 3 weeks, or heaven forbid it be a 4 week, same process, same share,
Mm-hmm.
I'm pulling the plug. I'm calling bullshit and I'm saying, you are your problem. You are your problem.
Yeah.
Knock it off.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what we were talking about.
Oh, things that people
Oh, people
brag about.
brag about. Totally. Um, what do you think about when at sporting events people boo for their own team, boo at their own team, or I guess the opposing team too? But have you ever thought about how silly that is?
Not really.
Yeah, I find it so fascinating. Like, what are you
I'll
gonna
boo. You won't boo?
you boo?
Hell yeah, I'll boo.
I don't get the point of it. You're not gonna change anything by yelling boo, boo.
Maybe
You
you'll
just
light a
sound like
little
an idiot.
fire under their ass. We used to go to boxing matches quite a bit. And if the action was bad, boo! Paid to come watch you fight. Get in
Oh
there.
my gosh.
Get in there.
I don't get that. It's so funny to me. Like, how about I mean, I guess this is the cheerier side of it. Like, give them a clap.
Nah.
Like, inspire them that way.
No, these brutes only respond to that kind of forceful negativity.
Like the Philly fans or the Eagles fans or just like those cutthroat hardcore sporting cities.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they will legit boo their own team.
Yeah.
It's hysterical to me.
They have to know that they walk a fine line and they are constantly in a delicate balance. And if you don't put up, you're gonna be out.
Oh,
It's a dog eat dog world.
and the players are probably like, "You're an asshole."
They don't give a shit. They're collecting their bills,
I think
going
I would.
home.
I think my feelings would be hurt
Really?
if you're
I'd never boo you.
if you were my fan and I was doing something stupid.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do this in my face. Boo. Maybe to be funny.
Meh. Depend on how bored I was.
Depending upon your state of mental
Correct.
stability.
Correct. Yeah, yeah. Some days I'd boo, some days I would.
And how annoyed you are with me.
Yeah.
I always think that is like hysterical, especially when yeah, I think this is already dead in the water, but
Do you think less of me now that I would boo?
no, I just
I
have a
would
new
boo if we go somewhere together because
a
I know
new
it'll upset you.
perspective of it. But maybe if I saw you in action doing it, I would be like, "Oh, okay, I get that, boo."
It would take a lot to get a boo.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
if you're trying and things aren't working out, that's one thing. But
Mhm.
sometimes they're not
Yeah.
trying. You could tell something's up
Mm-hmm.
or they're being stupid or like too many flop arounds or
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this
yeah.
pitcher
Get your ass
sucks.
up.
Like you
Yeah.
walked 5 guys, whatever. Boo!
Yeah.
Get somebody else in there. Get the job done.
You know, in baseball, before they changed the rule about you could only throw the ball back to first base to get the guy from stealing,
Mhm.
like you could do it as many times as you want. Now you can only do it 2.
Sure.
Back in the day, that may have been a boo for me, or I would have been like, "Come on, just pitch the ball."
Right.
Here's my exception to the rule.
Okay.
I will boo a ref if they suck, which totally goes against our previous topic on leave the refs alone.
The
You
refs
beat them
alone.
both, but I'm not the player. I get to like support my team by
Mhm.
saying how bad the refs are.
If I'm there to watch a game, match, whatever, for entertainment, I will do whatever it takes to entertain myself. If that
Right.
means booing, I'm gonna do it.
Oh my God, this is the difference. This is the difference. Yours is for entertainment.
Yeah.
I think I'm actually moving the needle.
Oh,
I'm actually contributing to my team potentially winning
okay.
with my cheers or my boos
Yeah.
or my energy that I'm putting in. If there's times I'll go to a game and I'm low vibe and I'm not clapping as much as I should, I spiral as
You
if
think
it
they're
is
gonna lose 'cause of
my
you?
yes.
Oh,
Steve tells me all the time, he's like, "That's you don't have any power over it." I'm like, "The hell I don't."
you're like, I think I do.
I think I'm so superstitious with outfits. Like when the Suns were in the playoffs, I
Uh-huh.
wouldn't wear a different outfit.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it.
Mhm.
And because you know why? It lights you up. You're
Mhm.
entertained by that. It's part of your entertainment experience.
Yes.
And so that's the whole point.
Hmm.
So good.
But when it starts to teeter on the other side, like I stop having fun because I'm so in it. I'm like, you need to back
okay.
off,
Okay.
little lady.
Yeah.
Retreat.
You don't want that.
Retreat the lipstick.
Yep. Oh, disgusting.
So gross. Why don't they have a surgery that just cuts it all off?
Because they still need to urinate.
Oh, yeah, that is where they pee. My bad. Okay, do you want to do rapid fire questions now or you want to do one more topic?
I want to do rapid fire questions.
Okay. Would you like to go first or would you like to go second?
I want to go second.
Okay. Are you ready?
Can you explain the rules again to me? Because last time I did it wrong.
You didn't do it wrong, you just did it slow.
Okay.
And the
so
word
more rapid.
the rapid is
But sometimes I have to think it over.
but that's the fun part is you can't. It has to be like first impulse.
I don't like that.
I know. That's why we do it.
Are those good?
What are they? No, they're not. But
Is
I
that
bought
what
a
Sawyer was eating the other day and he's like, this sucks.
yeah.
Okay.
I thought they were more of the
It's a crispy fruit, all banana,
they're fluffy.
like a freeze-dried banana.
Hmm.
Okay.
But I bought a bunch of them, so I'll eat them.
I'm hungry.
You want to try them?
Well, not now.
Well, I mean, you can give it a
Okay,
whirl.
take it.
Maybe you would have a different take.
Okay. Let's give this a try.
Put your little
Little
paw there.
ASMR for you.
Crowd pleasers.
Mm-mm. Oh God, no. Oh Jesus Christ. I wouldn't eat that if I was a fucking astronaut and it was the only thing on the goddamn air shuttle.
Why do I have,
Ah!
Why do I not care? I could eat, even if it's bad, I'm like, oh, it doesn't taste.
No, you
bad."
nailed they're too fluffy.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's
Yeah.
like a baby, like a toddler snack
Yeah, totally.
when they're learning to eat.
I used to eat Sawyer's.
Oh, those puffs were good. Did
Mm-hmm.
you get the blueberry flavored puffs?
I would get the yogurty ones. Lauren was just telling us about how she buys those and eats them herself.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, they aren't like and the strawberry ones were similar. They were like they're fluffy instead of dried and squishy.
God damn.
Okay, rapid fire. This is so you get your initial reaction.
I'll try my best.
It's-
Okay.
Okay,
I'll try my best.
there's 4 of them. Would you rather burn to death or drowned? Quick, quick, quick.
Drowned.
Would you rather go to the casino or go shopping?
Casino.
Would you rather live in the beach or the mountains?
Mountains.
Would you rather be roofied or punched in the face?
Punched in the face.
Oh,
See, I did better that
you did
time.
so good. You did so good. Did you think the last one was funny?
Yeah.
That was a good one, huh?
Wouldn't you rather get punched in the face?
Eh,
Oh,
I don't
you'd
know.
rather get roofied?
I mean, if I was safe getting roofied, like I don't want to get roofied and then bad things happen. to me.
Correct.
But you know how well I do with roofies.
Yeah.
I can handle myself being roofied.
The burn or drown is hard,
Mm-hmm. That is.
but at the end of the day, I think probably drowning is a little less.
I'd rather drown because you're not hot.
Well, and then you can be, is there any chance of revival?
No.
Oh, because I'm thinking of like the movie The Abyss where they're in that sinking vessel
Mm.
and he can't swim her back to the thing, so
Uh-huh.
he has to let her drown and then he swims her back because the water's so cold they think she might have a chance. And then they pull her out and they give her CPR for like 10 minutes and she comes back.
Oh, like a cold fly?
Mm-hmm.
Like a cold fly can come back.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, then let's just put that spin on it. Sure.
I love that scene. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Oh, it's so good. He starts screaming at her and he's like, "You've never backed away from anything in your life, you bitch." And he smacks her and then she goes and comes back.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah, it's really powerful.
So it uses her own superpowers, her own stubbornness against her.
Yes,
Ooh, that would resonate with me.
it's a good scene.
If I ever need to come back, you could do that to me.
I wouldn't give up.
I wouldn't give up on you either.
Thank you.
Okay. That's mine.
You had more than me.
Oh, I thought we were doing 4. That's okay.
I have 3, but I can think
Three's
of
good.
one off the cuff.
Okay.
Okay, there's like 75 people outside suddenly. Hi. Okay. Okay. Would you rather have to have a pixie cut forever or wear no makeup forever?
Wear no makeup.
Would you rather go to space or the midnight zone?
What's the midnight zone?
Oh, it's deep in the ocean.
Ooh, a space.
Okay.
The ocean gives me claustrophobia.
Would you rather be a vegan or give up social media?
They're so random. I think I would rather be a vegan. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good question.
It was good.
I feel like we traded positions. I'm hesitating so much.
I wanted to think of ones where you had that wouldn't be easy.
Yeah, those are good.
Okay. I've got one last one for you.
Okay.
Would you rather give up Red Bull or candy?
Candy.
But that's tough.
Yeah.
That's hard.
It's probably impossible, I would say, at this juncture.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say that because I gave up booze and drugs, but
Like, what else are you supposed to give up?
precisely. Thank you. That's what I say.
Come on, you live.
Once
I think you get one life. Like
YOLO
this goes back to the pursuit that we've discussed multiple times.
of happiness.
No, of always better, always the right way,
Oh.
always more. What'd you say to me the other day? You're like, you worry about red number 9 or some shit?
Oh, yeah.
The die?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I
Nope.
don't either.
Sorry, I don't.
Okay.
I don't make space to worry about all of these things very much.
Same. What about this is where I take myself off of my shame spiral.
Take it out of our shit.
Right. Like, why do you put it in there?
Yeah, so figure it out. I don't
Right.
know.
Let them do it.
Yeah.
But if Red Bull starts destroying my marriage and makes me a bad mom, I will absolutely stop drinking Red Bull.
Right.
And if sour watermelons, the most glorious candy that's ever been invented on this planet,
That our camp host was helping herself to.
oh my God,
I was like, Charlotte, can you leave?
I love
That's
that you
one
had
step
such an
too
issue
far.
about
You're
it.
sticking your hand in her candy bag. That's not
I
okay.
I would never, I would never even, I would never even think about that as being an issue.
Let's set the stage, okay? It's our last night of camping. I don't know how we forgot this story. We're outside cooking, and our nosy host, what's his name?
Ben, maybe?
Bob?
I don't know.
I think it's Bob and Charlotte,
White.
who stay there
man.
and they manage the group site for the season. And it's like a cool job if you're retired. You stay out there for free and
Mhm.
stuff.
Nice enough.
They come by, they let you know the rules, they check in, they drive away on the golf cart. You know, great. But these guys linger.
Mhm.
They linger quite a bit.
Lingerers.
And I'm to the point where they're standing there and we're not discussing what we just we ran out, and I'm like trying to go on with my vacation and my life, and they're still there.
Yeah.
And so it's awkward. So then the last night we're there, he drives by, and Steve,
Oh, I was wondering
the
who was
one
the
time I
invite.
wanted to choke Steve, he goes, "Oh, you hungry or thirsty? Why don't you come?" And I'm looking at him, and I don't think Steve knows. Like, you can't make this offer, Bob.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And Bob was like, his face lit up, and I could see a little twinkle in his eye. And he's like,
100%.
well, let me go check with Charlotte. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay.
There it is.
They're
That's
moving in. They're going to be spooning you in your bed. So, yeah, he comes back, helps himself to a plate of food. And Steve's like, I was just trying to be nice. I didn't think that they would actually do that.
Totally.
First while he's like packing up all of his stuff to leave. And I was like, thanks, Steve, for saddling us with these
Right,
people. And he's
right.
like, bye. And then so they show up and they make their food, and it's fine. Ish. It's fine. And then they eat the food, and Gretchen has her what are they called? Sour
Sour
watermelon sugar covered gummy whatever.
Family size shareable with the Ziploc so you can
Okay.
reseal it.
On the table. She just starts eating them. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Now you've crossed the line.
You've crossed the line. Okay. Like, it's not a platter, open air
Yeah.
for, for the taking.
Yeah. This isn't
This
a
is her
buffet.
personal candy bag. Like, I would be like, can I have one? And we have no boundaries with each other. I would be like, I would ask. And you're a stranger with your dirty little hands going in there. And I was just like, I was done.
Yeah.
Just sent me.
I didn't even think about that, but now that you describe it like that, like how would we even react to each other? That was a little far off base.
I felt like violated
Yeah.
for you. I'm like, put it down. Don't dig in there.
Those are her favorites.
Those are sacred. Okay. So yeah, and then after that, they hung out for about, I don't know, 20, 30 more minutes.
Yeah.
And finally, I couldn't take anymore, like inside. And Eli was the same way. He's like, oh my, I can't. I don't wear the
Oh my
hair.
God. That's the
Why are
best
here?
part
Why are they
is
here?
Eli says that.
And he just leaves. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm with you. I'm with you. And we just take off. And
Yeah.
then my dad was even like, I gotta help my
Okay.
wife with something in the camper. And he just like took off. And then I look out there, and the only person talking to him, little Gretchen here. And I was like, you know what? She's got this. And I just watched from like 100 yards away. I was just
so
like, I'm
funny.
just gonna wait until they head off, and then maybe we can enjoy our last night together as a private party without these strangers eating our snacks.
That's so funny. And what I was thinking of is I just want to get rid of this food so it doesn't go to waste.
I know, she's so nice.
I'm like, you want the rest of these tacos? And it was like scraps. It was like cabbage, a little bit of salsa, like some like creme de fraiche or whatever the frick it's called. And like morsels of chicken cheese.
I would have fed him measles.
Yeah.
I was so irritated.
But I boxed it up and they took the rest of it home.
They took it with them?
Yes.
I didn't even know that part.
Yes. I sent it back and then we didn't have to put it in our garbage.
Well, you're much more gracious. Yet another example of how you're much more gracious than me.
Wow.
But when he was like, it was like slow motion. I look over at Steve. He's like, "Do you want a drink?" Or so I was like, "Oh." He did feel bad though, I could tell.
This is so funny. And he probably didn't even realize like that they would ever say
He was like, he goes, they're coming back. I was like, oh, you bet your ass they're coming
they're
back.
coming. I remember that twinkle that you talked about in Ben, what is his name?
Bob.
Bob. In his eyes, like his energy goes
Yeah,
like
he's like,
expansive.
"Whoa." And Adam's like, I was reading the Yelp reviews for here, and they have a really bad review that they would not leave people
Oh,
alone.
stop. Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
We should tell them that so they don't lose their job.
They're like, if you wouldn't mind leaving a review. I was like, you sure about that? Because you basically climbed to bed with us.
Yeah. But only at the beginning and the end. In the middle, they were not seen.
Right. Well, because they left and went to the valley for 2 days. Thank God.
Yeah.
Otherwise, who knows?
This is a good segue to our mental health moment.
What's that?
Toxic boundaries and healthy boundaries.
Yes.
What do we got on that?
I came across a post.
Look at my car. Look at my phone.
Look at him walking. Remind me of Gumby.
Yeah, same.
So boundaries are
Squirrel.
good. Okay, Gretchen has taught me things like boundaries are good. And you try and establish boundaries. But then what happens if you take it too far?
Mm-hmm.
The dark side of boundary setting
Yeah.
can lead to isolation.
Mhm.
Because there's never going to be a time when you're never at odds with somebody or something or a situation. So how much space do you hold for opposition?
Such a
Because I
good
think
point.
something with the younger kids that I'm seeing now is the whole, we'll just cut them off. Just cut them off. If we don't agree, we'll just cut them off. If we don't agree politically, we'll just cut them off. And it's like, so then if you cut out everything, then where does that leave you? And
Right.
how is that
In an extreme. And extremes are not healthy.
right? And so you have bad situations, I think, where sometimes people do need to get cut out.
Yep.
But other times, like, can't you guys just like agree to disagree and not talk about it anymore?
Right.
Or like, especially with family is
Mhm.
hard.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's like it's a hard line to walk because you don't want to overdo it, but then you do want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But then sometimes you don't do it enough. How do you walk that line?
Yeah. Or you do it and then they push back and you're like, okay, it's fine.
Right. Like, oops, I tried.
I think it's very, like in my own personal life, it's very intuitional. Like I really do rely a lot on my spirituality for this side of it and like my intuition on am I being true dramatic? And I have like major, this is like I'm in the thick of this on who there's a very, very important person in my life that I don't speak to right now
Mhm.
because he continues to walk all over my boundaries and they're very simple and and it's like it's escalated into not respecting me it's not just like this short bit of time,
Mhm.
it's 40 years
Yeah.
of this same energy.
Yeah.
And I had to figure out a line to that I really needed to draw.
Yeah.
Hold, please. Come on
Hi.
in. No, come in. Come in.
She's wanted to see both Bob.
Oh, nice. Come in. We just can pause it.
Back in the game. Got just getting saddled up here.
Back in the ball game. Okay. Well,
Where did we leave off?
we left off just me sharing my my hard boundary that I'm having to set right now. So
Mhm.
I had to ask myself because there was times where I'm like, am I being dramatic? Am I being too sensitive? And every single time that came to me, I was like, no, this is ridiculous. I'm not asking too much. And it's something that I'm like not going to budge on. The things that I've asked are not too much. And they're also very like my beliefs on them,
Yeah.
political and religious, that kind of stuff. They're very sacred to me.
Mhm.
Like, and they're ways that I keep my peace. And if I don't have my peace, then it's a slippery slope for me. And I
Right.
take this shit very, very, very seriously. And for someone to not see that, not acknowledge that, and their own ego to get in the way of continuing to think that their belief system and their ideas are so important that they're going to walk on my peace,
Mhm.
not okay with that. Not
No.
okay. But like another relationship, I have a little bit more wiggle room. Like the idea of them being totally out of my life is not, I don't want that. So I'll
Right.
put up with more and I'll be more lenient and I'll just set like emotional expectations and boundaries in that way to protect myself, instead of fully not having them in my life.
Right.
Yeah, but I do see that's like, it's almost like a God complex. If you cut everybody out, then that's not healthy either.
Right.
And it's also just making it so you feel like all of your own thoughts are the only things that matter
Right.
when we need to have compassion and kindness and understanding.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Come on, come on, come on. No, no, no.
I want to do, to wrap this up, some spirit cards, the wild unknown. Oh, do we need to turn the music off?
Oh, you can just turn it down.
Pause for me, Bree.
No sorry is necessary, Bree.
I am really becoming more intrigued with this. I think it's really fun. I don't know if it's because I like gambling so much and it's kind of like a surprise.
Oh, yeah.
Gambling, what card am I gonna get?
I see that.
So I think we should do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Are we
Alright.
done? Did we already outwear our welcome with boundaries? You got anything else to say about that?
No, I kind of kicked it off with what my thoughts on it.
Okay. But they are important, just in balance.
Just gonna have one small bite of popcorn here, but I'll lean back as to not chew in your ear.
Lean back. Lean back. Okay. Here we go. I need you to speak though while I do this because we're gonna be dead air and that ain't good.
So I like to look for the card that jumps out at me.
Oh, look at what it was.
Unicorn?
It's a unicorn.
So she shuffles real quick. And then every
Maybe
once in a while,
that's why you like it.
yeah, you go, and then one just zooms out. And I like that to be my one that
Yeah.
jumps out of the stack.
Yep.
So this time I watched it with my own eyes
Would you
jump out.
Would you like to read it or you want me to just give you the tidbits? It's a long
I got the unicorn. I got something like this the last time we did it.
So unicorn, reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity. It's difficult to see, hear, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Did they ever exist? Perhaps long, long ago. The mind answers maybe, or it could be, or no way. This very contemplation explains our relationship with divinity and encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn. We wonder what divinity is. We wonder where our intuition comes from and if we can really trust it. We think about a higher power and our mind hesitates between yes or no. And maybe, is it male or female? Does it have a name? Is it just a feeling? I laugh at the she all that by myself when you were talking called God she. Like I just thought that was so clever. The unicorn card appears and wakes us up to curiosity about the higher self and the divine. It is a card of questioning, exploring, and contemplating the inexplicable. The mind's eye knows there is something beyond our day-to-day lives, a deeper dimension to our experiences. The mind's eye reaches and reaches and reaches out to grasp something more. You are the unicorn, my love, and you have begun your quest for the answers.
Love that.
And then it talks about, excuse me, the sixth chakra, which is our third eye. It's no surprise the subtle essence of the unicorn card resides at the third eye, the exact place from which the unicorn's horn extends. This center is called the or
Maybe that should be my next tattoo right there.
yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
It's a third, or it's an evil eye. The ancient yogis believed it would be it to be responsible for our intellect, intuition, and deepest wisdom. Some say our two eyes see the past and present, while the third eye peers into the future. Third eye is like really, really, really based off of intuition. And then crown obviously attaches to or connects to spirituality and highest self and limitlessness and all the stuff that makes us rocket ships.
I dig it.
Me
I'm
too.
happy with that. I love a unicorn.
Me too. And you know what? Like your higher power, your spirituality, it gets to just be whatever the hell you want it to be. Mine is just a feeling, and then I bring a lot of people to the party. Different people come and help me out, like Mother Mary and Kali Ma and cross all the deities. But it just starts with a feeling, and I let it just be that.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because it makes you not a nut job,
Right.
right?
Well, yeah.
If you, that is, I'm telling you, that is the only reason why I stay out of the nut farm. The ultimate reason why I am not in the nut farm
Yeah.
or a total nut job is because I have this higher understanding that I'm always protected, I'm always safe, and everything is working for my highest good. And I let myself believe that because I don't want to be nuts.
That's great.
How do you feel about that?
God. I don't think you want to know.
I do, because you say it out loud and then you're like, oh wow, I could evolve.
Well, I love all that for you. I'm just a very like negative, pessimistic person by birth.
My birthright.
Yeah, like I want to believe all that stuff, but then I'm just like,
Here's a question. Do you think beliefs are set in stone or you can change your beliefs?
I think you can change.
Mhm.
I think you can change your beliefs.
I think so too. So what holds you back from changing your glass half empty to glass half full?
I think just my nature.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's hard to fight your nature. You know, like there's the nature versus nurture conversation. And I think you can nurture a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but it's hard when something is just kind of like the way you are.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But
but you know, drawing awareness to that and then tweaking where you can and fighting against certain things in your nature, I think is part of a really important part of the human experience.
mm-hmm.
And so, you know, I know that about myself, but I fight the urge to stare into the void
Mm-hmm.
because that's kind of where I just live. I
Right.
live more in the darkness
Right.
than in the light. And I don't know. I don't know if that has to do with like people believe in like past lives or whatever, like just where I'm from or my experience. I don't know
Mhm.
why I'm the way I am. I just am. So certain things are easier for me
Mhm.
that are harder for other people.
Mm-hmm.
And certain things are harder for me that are easier for other people. And it's just, you know, that is how it is with everything. But yeah.
And part of your dharma, and I believe part of our dharma and part of us being on this crazy world, on this earth, is navigating through experiences to overcome those types of things. I believe like the things that we hold on to as nature, as you call them, are some of our biggest experiences to overcome and evolve from.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all doable, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Whether it's nurture or nature, I think either one can evolve and change.
Well, and what's funny is like if when left to my own devices, I don't know that I would have even tried. But then I think about I'm an important person to my kids and to my family.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm much more willing to do something and put the work in for other people
Mhm.
than for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, you know, for whatever reason, that's why, but at least I'm willing,
Yeah.
you know.
Whatever comes first, chicken or the egg, right?
Right.
We talk about this a lot. So here's what I want you to be open to in your homework.
Okay.
I want you to include yourself. I mean, and you can even visualize it. Okay, there's Adam, there's your parents, there's Pay, there's Eli, and there's Miss. Like you just add yourself to the list.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like a selfish thing. It's just part of your to-do list to
Mhm.
acknowledge that you get to be happy for you too. You get to evolve. So you get to feel the goodness of you. Like
Hmm.
I get to feel your goodness and it's a lot and it's fantastic. And it makes me so freaking happy in my body and in my mind and in my spirit.
Hmm.
So all I want is for you to just get a little bit of taste and like receive just a little bit of your goodness.
It's
Put that
gonna
in,
be hard.
put that in your,
You're gonna have to
pocket.
help with that along the way.
Done. I'm here.
All right.
Always.
Hey, Sonny, I'm with you. Remember that?
Yes, I
Rob
do.
Schneider in that movie?
Yes. When he
They
put
go
his
together
glasses on.
like, what's he say? Something and tuna fish.
Yes. Hey, Sonia, I'm right here.
Hey, Sonny, I'm with you. I
What is
met
it?
Rob Schneider.
Oh, yeah?
I met him at a party at Sky Bar in LA.
Ooh,
He was delightful. He was
nice.
so nice. I mean, he's about 3 feet tall, but he was so cool.
Oh, that makes me happy.
Yeah, it was a great night. Ooh wee.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good.
Back in the day cafe,
Yep.
Kiss Cafe.
Anyways, are we
I think we're done. Let me look at my show sheet.
reaching the end of our journey
I think
together today?
I think we may. Yeah, I've got everything. I've got everything. I do have an update on the courts book. That's actually a lie. I don't. Okay, we can be done. I'm done. I'm done.
Can I just say to our listeners, I would really love to get questions,
Mhm.
or if you don't care about asking questions, topic ideas,
Mhm.
anything. I want to see what you guys think. What do you want to know?
Get our 2 cents on it.
You could send in rapid fire questions for us.
Mhm.
Be happy to. Don't know how rapid my responses would be. Again, I'm fighting that aspect of my nature
Mhm.
to ponder.
You killed it this round, though.
I really tried
Yeah.
hard.
And look what happens. You did great, and I
Right.
was the slow poke.
I'm just
this
glad I
time.
got you with some questions that were hard for you to answer right
Yeah.
away,
Yeah.
because you're very decisive.
Mhm.
So normally you
Thank
know
you for saying that.
you are
That's a very good compliment for me because I don't feel like I'm that naturally in nature.
in nature. Nature is healing.
Nature is healing. Okay, I think we're done.
All right, peace out. I get to have my popcorn.